popular township in the heart of Malawi's southern region district of Blantyre. It's a place of mixed lifestyles. While it is a hub for small businesses, politics, religion, riches, on the other hand, it's also home to slums and poverty. This is a township which best defines the reality of urban poverty. With the debate going on whether Malawi is the poorest country in the world, following a purported World Bank report on Malawi's poverty levels, visiting Ndirande exposes just how urban poverty has swollen. Ophelia Dubiala Mayenda is a resident of Ndirande within the slums of Makata area. This is not only her story, but a story of millions of urban Malawians who live a life of uncertainty every day.
My name is Ophelia. I am 55 years old. I have 6 children. In my home, I live with my father, my husband, and my brother, whose house fell just around the corner. But as for my children, the other one is in grade 4, while the other one is in grade 6. The other one is married. And one more is in the house. That one doesn't talk. Your pants are wet. Let me change you. You are too wet.
This one-bedroomed house accommodates over 9 people. Not only is it too small, filthy and dirty, but it also reeks of urine, dust and dampness, a condition not conducive for any human being. As if that's not enough, just 2 meters away is a dilapidated pit latrine, also emitting a foul odor. This is what Ophelia and her entire family use as a lavatory. Sadly, however, this is what Ophelia and her family call home.
This is my house. I have been staying in this house for many years. I can't go to the village and stay there because I was born here in town. I am used to this life and I love it to be in town. When it is time to sleep, we shift our belongings to one side on the veranda. Some people sleep on the veranda, and me and others sleep in the bedroom. I use these plates to dish out food. I give each of my children a plate because when they are eating from one plate, they fight a lot. They always argue that the other one got a bigger portion of food. As to how we survive in this house, I do piecework like washing people's clothing, fetching water for them. This is how I earn money, which I use to buy food for my children and family. I do everything alone, whether it's washing or fetching water. I do that alone. My husband doesn't do anything. I do everything alone. Today there is no food to eat at the moment, but I am hoping that after doing some piecework, I can raise money to buy food and I'll cook the food for my family. I get 500 kwacha for a piecework I do per day. I then use the money to buy 2 kgs of flour and relish, mostly vegetables. Nsima is what I eat. This is what I do. On a day I don't do piecework. We just stay without eating because the food is not available. Even my children are used to that. They know that when I don't do any piecework, that day they will not eat.
Typical of Ndirande's setup. Next to Ophelia's home are relatively decent houses, surrounded by slums like Ophelia's home, which makes it difficult for the township to appear clean.
Ndirande
is an area with too many slums, very poor hygiene and too dirty. Of course, we love our area, but honestly speaking, the area is very dirty. Actually, I wish Ndirande was like other townships which are clean. The issue of land is a very serious challenge here. People fight for half or 1 meter land. We are to blame for not taking responsibility in the past to allocate people systematically. Chiefs were just giving out land, but now we are trying to stop the slums by allocating people systematically so that government can plan properly to bring basic infrastructures like roads, tap water and electricity. We can manage to stop the slums if government can coordinate with us and other companies in improving Ndirande. Some people are deemed to be dirty with poor hygiene, but the issue is poverty because they have 200 kwacha. To them, priority will be to buy a packet of small fish and flour and not soap. It's not something we can just joke about. Poverty is real. People don't have proper houses. The houses are in bad shape. For some people, their houses fall every year when it rains. It is even worse when you talk of pit latrines. Most households don't have. Actually, they use their neighbors. No one has complained to me officially, but it is something you can see, and I know in my area there are very poor families. Though we are in town, but poverty is a big challenge. People don't have piece of land where they can cultivate and grow food. They only rely on piecework, as most people are not employed. They sleep on an empty stomach. The level of poverty here is worse compared to the rural.
National Statistical Office figures show that between 2004 and 2011, over 50% of Malawians lived below the national poverty line, with the urban population registering at over 12%. The statistics also show that the gap is widening between the rich and the poor. But where are things going wrong for Malawi to be in such a state only 50 years after attaining its independence?
I think we have not had a socio-economic development agenda, a vision for the country to move out of poverty. We have focused more on sustainability, survival, but we've not necessarily focused on a vision that is geared towards getting the country out of poverty. There might have been programs designed to reduce poverty, but they were not encompassing, they were short-term. So when you don't have long-term socio-economic development plans, vision and agenda, it becomes difficult for any country to get out of poverty. The second major challenge we've had is probably we have not managed the democratic dispensation very well. If we can reflect back to the past years before we became democratic, which was 20 years ago, you can see that there was probably some systematic or strategic goals or development that the country was embarking on. The country in 1964 had very little educated people. It had very few health sector infrastructure, but the leadership at that particular point in time, I think they may have had at least some sort of a vision that saw us developing the education sector, developing the health sector. But the third reason, which I think deals with the rest of us as Malawians, we have a combination of factors that keep us in poverty. One of them being our cultural and spiritual beliefs. They really play a critical role in keeping us where we are. Another thing to do with us is the element of jealousy, anger, envy, where you really don't want to see others progress, and as a result we all try as much as possible to keep each other at the same level or at the level of diminishing poverty as it were. And also tied to that, our own responsibility is I think laziness to a certain degree. I'm not necessarily saying that we are a lazy people, but I think we don't do as much as we could have done, especially given the kind of natural resources that we have as a country.
The negative impact of poverty on people can never be overstated. Ophelia survives on a hand-to-mouth basis. Her priority is to have food. The family lacks basic necessities like running water and a decent toilet. Such compromise to the household's hygiene has cost the family dearly, and they've lost the lives of 3 loved ones to cholera. However, does Ophelia dream of living a better life one day?
It is my dream that one day things will change for the better. It is my wish that each and every day I have enough food for my family, enough food to feed, especially the children. It is embarrassing to have children who just loiter around searching for food. I need food for my children to eat.
On the other hand, previous and current governments have boasted of policies that will eliminate poverty in Malawi. But the question is, where is Malawi getting it wrong?
Where we are now, the government is forced to do almost everything. People, even for basic things like clearing maybe feeder roads that take people from their home to the clinic or the school, that used to be done by people on a voluntary basis. Nowadays, the government has to spend money through public works programs to make sure that people are paid to do certain public works that are beneficial to themselves.
It's amazing that Ophelia can even afford a smile. What could she possibly have to smile about, given her circumstances?
Today, there is some work I will do, and hopefully I will do one more next week. When I wash like this, I get 500 kwacha. I have finished washing and I have been paid 500 kwacha. I want to go and buy relish and 2 kgs of flour. That will be the food I will eat with my children today. I am very happy that I have been paid 500 kwacha. I wouldn't have eaten today if it wasn't for this 500 kwacha.
Such is life in Malawi, where over 20% of its total population of over 16 million people are ultra poor. They live on less than $1 a day.
Umsunge mutendere